What are those little cap things that Jewish guys wear? Why don't you eat pork? If you're Jewish, I'm sure you've heard at least one of these questions at some point in your life. Going to a public school, I am surrounded by non-Jews. Although I've been going to a Reform synagogue my whole life, I had no clue what Chabad was before I met Rabbi Shalom Ber or Idi. Being Jewish means a variety of different things to many people. It is eating bagels and lox for some, while for others it means observing every Shabbat, but for me it means being an active member of the Jewish community, which is precisely why I'm standing before you today as the president of the Chabad Teen Network of Newton. The CT Network is inspired by the Lubavitcher Rebbe, whose belief in the power of youth transformed the teen years into a time of purpose and self-discovery. CT harnesses the incredible potential of teenagers with awesome programs that bring teenagers together to give back to their communities and to be a part of a group that focuses on building core values and positive character development. There are over 150 chapters in cities throughout the United States and worldwide, even in Australia, China, France, the United Kingdom, South Africa, Singapore, Nigeria, Brazil, and Argentina, to name a few. And this year, we established a C-Teen chapter right here in Newton, Massachusetts. Our chapter is a group of teens from Newton and Needham, both in public schools and Jewish high schools, and although we are new this year, we've been extremely successful. We started the year off by making medals for Israeli soldiers, wrapped Hanukkah gifts and delivered them to sick children at Children's Hospital in Boston, baked challah for our families and friends, held a bingo night at Evans Park Senior Home in Newton, and returned later to bake matzah for Passover with the seniors. Everything we did in C-Teen this year culminated at the Shabbaton weekend in March. At this Shabbaton, over 1,000 teens from around the world came together for 3 days in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. It was unlike anything I had ever experienced before. I have to admit, driving into Crown Heights was a bit interesting. I have never seen that many Jews just out on the streets, let alone ones that actually looked Jewish. And at first, I was a bit intimidated. Would I fit in? How was I supposed to behave? But there was no reason to worry. We were welcomed with open arms and enthusiasm from the Crown Heights community. One of my favorite memories from the weekend was walking into dinner the first night we arrived, and an entourage from France was cheering and singing, clearly so excited to be there, even after a very long flight. That weekend, not only did I meet Jewish teens from New York to California to England, but I established friendships that have lasted past that one weekend. I was able to share my love of Judaism with other teens who were just as excited as me, and ask the rabbis any questions that I wanted. We visited 770, the main synagogue in Crown Heights, and the Ohel, the resting place of the Rebbe. While in Manhattan, we even went on a private tour of the Google headquarters and rode a double-decker bus. Another great memory was when we took over Times Square that Saturday night and celebrated Havdalah with Alex Clare, a famous singer, who happens to be an Orthodox Jew. I remember being surrounded by all of these other Jewish teens that night, while the tourists stood outside of the taped area and watched. It was truly a special experience. Later, at a question and answer session, I was chosen by Leah, the director of C-Teen, to introduce Alex Clare to a group of 500 screaming girls. It was interesting. And at the banquet the last night of the weekend, everyone voted for Leader of the Year, Chapter of the Year, and Directors of the Year. While we didn't win anything, we were in the final top 3 for Chapter of the Year and Directors of the Year. As a leader in the C-Teen Network, I, along with all of the other leaders in the country, am part of a Facebook group where we make important decisions about how C-Teen should be run. Being a leader in C-Teen has truly given me a sense of purpose and allowed me to develop my Jewish identity. Being involved with C-Team this year has made Judaism a priority in my life. Although I will be going to college in a year, I know that I will be just involved with Judaism, if not more than I am now. When I went to visit the University of Michigan this spring, I made sure to stop by the Chabad house on campus. And believe it or not, the rabbi is Eddie's uncle. What a small world. C-Team has taught me the importance of my role as a Jew, and even though I'll be part of C-Team for only one more year, it will be a part of my life forever. I'd just like to thank everyone on the Gala Committee for giving me this opportunity to speak tonight, and for Rabbi Shalom Ber and Eddie for putting so much time and effort into being directors of C-Team. Thank you so much.